Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin. My face will not be seen in this video. For whatever reason, the camera's just not working, so that's okay. We don't need my face to do technical analysis. Just trust that it is me. I'm not some imposter, and let's get started. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more. I am in Texas right now. I'm away from home, but I meant to do videos last night. I do plan on going through all the requests and fulfilling requests later today. That we've had built up over the past few days, but I actually fell asleep last night, guys. Yesterday was a lot of traveling, and I was just unable to stay awake apparently. But looking at the chart here, looking at Bitcoin on the daily, we have maintained prices above this 618 from the relative high to the relative low of this overall range, right? It's not common, it's not too common to break above it, find support on it multiple times, and then break below it, but this appears to be what's happening now. We haven't broken below the 618 just yet, and I suppose a turnaround here could happen. If we were to hold this area and bounce, this would be the area to do it. However, it is looking like we would break down lower, probably to the 0.5 or the 382, anywhere between about 62,500 to 64,500, give or take. Somewhere in this area is kind of what I'm looking for. Of course, we don't have to go exactly to either of these lines. We could end up, in between any of these areas, and of course we could go lower as well. But I do expect that this low will hold regardless of how low we go, right? I wouldn't anticipate that we go lower than the 382 personally. And it's a very solid chance that we could, bounce off the 0.5 even, but there's even a chance, a small chance or a decent chance, I would suppose that we could bounce off the 618 right here. I want to look at the RSI. The way the RSI is pointed, it makes me think the price is going to go lower. If we look at the 3-day, I wonder, 3-day time frames. I mean, the 3 days in an area that it would actually look nice for a bounce right here, to be completely fair, like specifically here. And we got 6 hours and 30 minutes left in the 3-day. But looking at this chart, again, it wouldn't be too crazy to go down to this like closing period. Look at where you found support on a closing basis there, and you actually found resistance right there. If we take the overall high to low, I mean, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's not quite at the 0.5, but again, you don't need to hit the 0.5. We could find support right there at about 65.5K. So I'd say 62.5K, 65.5K, something a little bit lower does make sense, but again, that's if we don't hold this area. We could hold this area, and if today, if we close in the next 6 hours and 30 minutes, we close here, that does set us up for a bounce right off the 50. Which it doesn't look like. I mean, you've rejected it right there, but it doesn't look like you reject the 50 specifically. It's more like the area, which does, like you didn't bounce right off the 50 here, right off the 50 here, or even here, right? You just bounced slightly below. So that does give room to the idea that, yes, we do go lower. So all that to say, lower we go, my friends, lower we go, and that's okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be crazy at all. It's probably going to happen over the next week or so. The sooner the better, then we can start moving up higher. But yeah, at this point in time, I wouldn't think that we break 60K. I certainly don't believe we're going to break this low, but I wouldn't believe that we break 60K, and I genuinely do expect that we're going to hold that 62.5K to 65.5K area. I genuinely, personally am looking more at this 65.5K to 63, 64K area. That's kind of the zone that I would be considering. But that's all I got to say. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.